It's Wednesday, April the 15th, 2020. So today I think I want to start the day with basically seeing where we're at compared to what I had said in the video on April the 4th. So on the 4th, I look at the data in terms of the cases that was reported in the US. And at that point, I believe the numbers was at about 277,000 cases on that specific time when I look at it. And then the projected trajectory was where it was doubling every 4 days. So today, as it stands, right, the numbers is about 600 plus thousand cases. We're on the 15th. Now, when I look at it on the 4th, it was saying every 4 days the number will double. Now, based on that, that means 277 double that, that's 500 plus. Double that, it will hit a million between 8 days. So 4 plus 8, that puts us on the 12th. Now we're on the 15th today, and the numbers is at 600 plus. So that to me is an indication that the social distancing is indeed working, right? The numbers is showing it. So for anybody that is looking to see what is happening, whether what we're doing is working or not, I would say look towards that one simple number. How long does it take to double the numbers? So I believe now the numbers are anywhere between 5 to 6 days, closest to 6 days when we're doubling on our new cases. So to me, that's saying that the curve is kind of this, doing a slight dip. Now, as soon as that happens, of course, then we get people getting excited about, hey, we're turning the corner. Now it's time to look and open the economy up, open the US up, open for business. So that's very interesting to watch, is that we get excited because we're seeing the light coming at the end of the tunnel. I'm also delighted to see that, really happy to see the numbers coming down. Now, we're still in the midst of this, right? We're seeing a little bit hope coming that, hey, it will end soon. I am right now unemployed. So, of course, for me, it means a lot, being that I'm also a single income family. I'm the only one that is bringing money into the family, right? So, for me, that is very key for me to have the financial ability to make sure that my family is taken care of. So, the sooner the economy is open, the better it is for me. Now, on the other hand, there is a dilemma, right? The dilemma is there going to be a second wave? Because we start seeing information out from South Korea, for example, that they're starting to see things, they're doing great, and now there's a second wave. China is having issues with second wave as well. So are we going to have that? Now, when we look at all this information, it seems like we're potentially having to live with this virus for the next 18 months until a vaccine is available. So some hope, some deems, a lot of questions, confusion, right? So of course it's in everybody's mind, and then we had people can't even pronounce the word, right? People protesting, people protesting at the Raleigh downtown yesterday, basically saying that the government has no rights in closing up the business, and they are basically hampering on their rights to run a business, for example. So there is two camps of thoughts on those things, right? The ones that says I want the business because the numbers doesn't show it. People are not dying, as what you guys were saying in the news, yada yada yada. But to think about it, the numbers are showing good. People are not dying as much as we initially talk about. It's probably because of what we're doing. Social distancing is helping, and it's helping us stop that from happening. I think people are too quick to say, hey, I see sunshine, I'm going to run out there today. So I am as confused as to how people think. Now, this morning I wake up to the news, and let me just read this to you. This is from a congressman, so Republican Representative Trey Hollingsworth. Basically says, it is always the American government's position to say, in the choice between the loss of our way of life as Americans and the loss of life, of American lives, we have always chose the latter. That means to say that in the past, we've always said that we're willing to die than to give up our ways of living as an American. So let's think about that for a moment. I think in the times of war, when there's oppression, when it's things like that happening, I think we tend to stand up against those things, right? I think that's noble. I think that's great. That's a good thing to have. But I'm not sure if it applies now in this current event. I'm not sure it's the same thing. So let's talk about this for a moment here. In my situation, let's say if the economy did open up, right, and we haven't taken care of the virus yet, so that means there is a chance for me to get infected, right? And when that happens, think about what the impact would be, right? If I get infected, basically, if something happened to me, what's going to happen to my family? I get infected, I may bring it back in, I infect my kids, I infect my wife, maybe I infect people around me, I get more people sick, right? Now, I have a choice not to go to work, but if the economy is open, if the businesses are open, what are the managers going to do? What are the owners of the business going to do? They're going to say, come to work. If you don't come to work, it's on you, right? So it's a choice between those two things. It's a hard choice to make. I don't know what choices would I make. I want to be safe. I want to have money at the same time coming in to make sure my family is taken care of. But in this instance, I don't know. I would probably fall towards safety first, right? I think it's the choice is this is interesting enough. There was a text that has been going around on WhatsApp. Let me pull that up real quick because I just thought about that. So here's what this says, right? Real simply, quarantine, no human rights. No quarantine, no human left, right? One basically says quarantine, I get to see you. No quarantine, it's ICU, intensive care unit. So interesting enough is that debate is survival. How do we survive? I think I'm for making sure that humans survive, we live, we have a life, rather than, basically thinking about the economy right now. I know it's tough, but that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. Most of the people that I've seen that basically says I want the economy to be open up, they tend to be business owners. So to me, there's a sense of why are you asking for it? At the end of the day, I think it's their bottom line, right? It's do they have does somebody's right to make money trump somebody's right to live or survive? So that's my thoughts for today. Hopefully everybody gets through all this with all this news coming in, with all this drama coming in. If we look at it from from standpoint of just watching a movie, then it gets really interesting what the plot twist will be next. So that's it for today. Bye.